Where's the set? 19, 59. Defense wins championships, baby. And go.
Now a first down throw. Watson. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. This is David Johnson, the former All-Pro. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make it 3rd and 13.
Where's the set? 19. Check, 59. Come on, boy. Come on, boy. And go.
Out of the gun, Watson. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And got his man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big gain of 31 on 3rd down.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Coming, baby. I'm coming, baby. Woo! Mike spot 9. Mike spot 9. Let's go.
From the gun, here's Watson. And he'll find Akins there, complete. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped.
Rush in. Rush in. Check your hot read.
Here's Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Grover Stewart drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up 4th down. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And out of bounds, sailed over, looked like right near the pylon. This one's going to be perfect. Directional kicking at its finest, right down at the 1-yard line.
Ready. 90 Wolf.
On first down, Taylor. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Go.
Operating from the gun, Eason. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. from the gun. Eason. Got an open man. That's Campbell. How about 25 yards on third down? They'll take it.
It's a gain of 25 yards. And the Colts first down.
Got it. 41 Mike. And let's get this.
Here's the second-year back out of NC State, Nyheim Hines. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On second down, it's Taylor. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a third and about 3 to go. The Texans here on third down, putting an extra defender in the secondary.
Hey, exit.
Operating from the gun, Eason, and that will be incomplete.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? Third and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on third and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can try to have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Looking to throw again on second down. Watson, he's got Fuller. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
Silver.
On first down, it's Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeForest Buckner able to record his 5th sack of the season. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Space to maneuver at the 40. And finally, down at the 41-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
Well, it looks like they caught him off guard on second and very long by running the football. All right, we always talk about tendency breakers and counters and doing things opposite the grain, and that worked very well for him. Picked up really nice yardage, but they still have a lot of work to do on third down.
Throwing on third down, Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Justin Houston make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November. already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Back to throw. Eason. And he's got his man, Hilton. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts 1st down.
1st down, Colts.
Let's go now.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Bravo.
From the gun, Eason. Going right side here, and that's complete. That's good for an Indianapolis 1st down on a gain of 10.
It's a gain of 10.
Now, that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts 1st down.
1st down, Colts.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 43. Operating from the gun, Eason. Campbell making the catch. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. They run with Hines. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. That's good for an Indianapolis 1st down on a gain of 10.
It's a gain of 10.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the 1st down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
Looking to throw. Eason. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Trey Burton, the one he was looking for. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed, and he's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Back to throw. Eason. He's got it. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Set, ready? 60 or.
It's outfield. It's outfield.
13 spell. Fight.
They'll try to run this one in. And he's not going to push his way forward. He's going to be stopped at the 2-yard line. They're held again, and do we have a goal line stand brewing? It's 3rd and goal. Third down and goal now, and this Houston defense not backing down. They'll look for one more stop. From the gun, Eason. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Zach Cunningham with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That pick hurts a little extra because it was 3rd down. You were already in field goal range.
You know what he's going to hear all night, all next week? Situational football. Understand what's going on, because you expressed it perfectly. 3 points were in their hip pocket. They had those. Now, those went by the wayside. You cannot make those kind of mistakes.
It's what you call a rookie mistake. After the interception, here's Watson. His throw incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. But it's going to be 2nd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. On 2nd down, Johnson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
From his end zone, Watson on 3rd and long. And he finds Stills, complete. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half, as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Now Watson, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. To throw is Watson. And a healthy gain of 8 here. They double their workspace out to the 16.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down.
59 mark, 59 mark, check, 59.
A shotgun snap for Watson. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Houston. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And taken right at the 35. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Colts are set up well as they take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Ready, ready. 18 Gators.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him, unable to bring him to the ground. J.J. Watt, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hey, team 6, team 6. Ready?
Looking to throw. Eason looking deep for Hilton. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Not too shabby here. This will skip out of bounds at about the 12-yard line.
At their own 12-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Time here for likely one play, and then these two teams will head to the locker room all even.
And you know the play caller's just feeling it right now. Let's go ahead and go for this one. A big shot downfield. Nope. Guarantee the head coach is like, don't get crazy. Take the knee. Let's get out of here. Tie game. We'll just start all over.
And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. The final shot before the break. Watson, he gets it to Cooks. So we've reached halftime here on a Thanksgiving night. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. After a rare scoreless first half, these teams now just looking for something as the second half gets underway. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Ready, break.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And we thought this game had the potential to be tight, maybe not this tight, scoreless as we start the third quarter.
I love the way you use the word tight. I'm going to take it a little bit different direction here because it's not just tight on the scoreboard. I think both offenses have been tight in how they've played this game. No one's been loose. No one's been free. They've got to find a way to make some plays, and I don't think you do it if you're really tight in everything that you're doing in the game.
Off play action. Eason. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
So they need to determine if that knee was down before the ball was coughed up.
And they also wanted to make sure that the ball was possessed as they were going through, that the ball wasn't working its way free before the knee hit the ground.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Hey, here we go. Check 24, check 24.
Watson now, operating from the gun. Flushed out right. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. In on the sack, the former Buckeye, Tyquan Lewis.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
To try again after the sack. Watson. And that's complete to Cooks. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Brandon Cooks. his second touchdown on the season, as his guys are on the board first here tonight. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. T.Y. Hilton, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that, 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. J.J. Watt in there to get him sack number 14 for him on the year.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
Now the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades.
And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. J.J. Watt, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. It'll go as a 50-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line.
Mike 5'9".
They'll try to get the offense going with Johnson. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. Know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. A pickup of 11 and a Texans 1st down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
58 to Mike, 58 to Mike. Here we go, here we go, here we go.
24 down, he's coming. Hey, we got to snap it, we got to snap it.
Faking the give. Now Watson. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And this is taken in at the 5. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Let's go.
We're set. 19.
59. I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe it.
Following the penalty, it's Johnson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. He's brought down there by Kenny Moore. You don't see that a ton, do you? Or the cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball is moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
Now the pass hauled in by Kenny Stills. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On 3rd down, Johnson. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Fairbairn on for the field goal. A 56-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. No one attempted or made more field goals than Fairbairn last year. He was 37 of 42.
And they were grateful for every one of those that put 3 points on the board. So I'll guarantee you Bill O'Brien, the head coach, is thinking to himself, we need to use them a lot less in 2019. Let's make sure we score some more touchdowns.
Let's take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. They run with Taylor. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Eason. Looking deep for Hilton. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. They go to Johnson again. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Touchdown, defense. 58 to Mike.
And the blitz does come. He finds his target, Fuller. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Back now in Houston. It's the Texans in control of the football and leading this game as well as we start the 4th. Watson on 1st down. And Cooks has it over the middle. Brandon Cooks. Touchdown, Houston. Brandon Cooks. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Texans push further out in front. You know, the man on our cover, John Madden, so synonymous with these Thanksgiving Day games. He was on TV for these from, I think, 81 to 01, giving out the Turkey Leg Award and turducken he always talked about. Special when you got a guy going off like this. I think he would be a good recipient of the Turkey Leg Award.
Well, he's definitely already worked on that leg. Is it possible he could end up getting the whole turkey?
Yeah, give him a thigh,
or the
too.
whole turducken. And it's really great that you mentioned Coach Madden because everyone knows him from this. Everyone knows him from the broadcast booth. Remember, he won a Super Bowl as a head coach in Oakland.
Yep, he did indeed. But right now, we are watching maybe one of those turkey leg performances with his second touchdown there. They'll run on first down. Taylor, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Ready? Let's go. Double time.
2nd and 11. He's got it to Hilton. A very good move, but for a relatively modest gain out near the 32. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Tighten up. Pull it together. Hey, watch it.
From the gun on 3rd down. Eason, that's complete to Hines out of the backfield. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against...
It's a foot race. The 20. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Nyheim Hines, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Colts are able to cut into this lead. They go for just one here as it's up and good. And that'll cut the lead to 17-7. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about play. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off at the 22. And he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there, it's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. Here's Johnson. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. Again, it's Johnson. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the 4th quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production. But how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down.
Well, they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another first down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively, you've got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Set. 19. Mike is 59. Mike the 59. Heavy, heavy on the edges. Heavy on the edges.
A first down carry here for Johnson. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
At the Colts 24-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Let him go. You're not ready. You're not ready.
59's Mike. 59's Mike. Check. 59.
You must be dreaming. Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Motion. Let him go.
They'll try the air now with Watson looking for the end zone. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. So, my goodness, I would have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
On first down, Taylor. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Come on.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. From the gun, Eason. He'll find Hines out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts first down.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire.
Hey, Charlie.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Eason, he's going to let it fly. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. This defense has watched their lead dwindle away. This is where they really need to bow up. They executed well there.
And it's often hard after you've played really well early and then you kind of relax a little bit to step on the gas again. They just did it on the last play. Looks like they want to finish this one off.
Check three. Alert three.
Go. Get it.
Back to throw. Catch made here by Campbell. 16 yards to pick up there. The Colts have a first down.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Here we go. 90 Wolf.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys. Show it.
General West. Hey, wahoo. Hey. Rush in motion. 45.
Back to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive. knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've helped. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Nyheim Hines, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Colts have taken the lead. The extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They're down here in a one-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late-game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. He'll look to throw, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans.
Big stop, G. Big stop.
He's back to throw. It's complete. Stills. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field.
They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Check, 59.
Watson now to throw. Dancing to his left. And Stills bringing it in. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts 35. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Watson. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. DeForest Buckner, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Well, Charles, this one's going to be hard to digest. You take the lead into the 4th quarter, lose that lead. Maybe they felt like they let this one slip away a little bit.
It will definitely feel like that, because when you have a lead in the 4th quarter, all you talk about doing is finishing and closing a game out. But when you flip it over, how about that? Making the comeback and then finishing the game, sealing it on defense, they will feel jubilant in their locker room. So for the Colts, the win keeps them barely hanging on to their playoff hopes as they move